Christy.
What up, Rob?
I'll give you a hey.
Hello, my Padawan.
I haven't responded to your messages yet, have
No,
I?
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't want you to read them anyway. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah, no. She likes a man with a big prayer life. She wants a man to have 12 hours of prayer, and then she'll answer messages, whether it's business, pleasure, friends, whatever. Like, Christy, have you ever spoken to an unspiritual man before?
Yes.
What? Could you hear? Could you understand a word coming out of his mouth? Sorry, I just wanted to quickly look in my fridge because I make nice songs for certain people, and
Mavis, did you not make them a dessert?
My. Oh no.
No, not this week. I haven't. Or last week.
Can we all get a wow in the chat for Mavis, please?
Yeah, there's like no
Wow.
Yeah,
double
let's give Mavis a
caramel,
big wow.
nothing
There's
in my fridge. Look there, all the wows are
no
appearing in the
peppermint
chat.
crisp. No, nothing. Wow. Mavis. Mavis.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Well,
even
to
going to
get
add
in, I
extra
can't see
vowels
them.
and syllables. Look at that. Wow.
Wish you with the wom. I think we need potentially to play the catchiest song that we have, Unc.
What is the catchiest song?
I was using these.
The Leonard song.
Oh, no. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
Mush, mushy, mush, mush, mush.
Mush.
But we'll have to do it at the end of the show because otherwise it mutes the rest of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's for Daddy.
Okay, but okay, we're live on all the different platforms now, and it's nice to hang out with everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching the recording, oh, what am I just hearing myself on? Oh yes. Oh, there's double caramel peppermint.
What?
But I want it.
Actually, in that case, can we all get a wow at Uncle for not looking?
Yeah, I think we got a wow, Uncle.
Wow. Poor Mavis is getting under the bus here. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you save some for me for Friday?
I'll save some for you for Friday.
That's not making it to Friday.
I hate lying to my children.
Yeah.
Sure, there'll be some by Friday. Yeah.
It's like, I love you. I will give you the world and anything you want, except that. Except that tart.
How the heck am I gonna do that? Oh, maybe like a bite or something. That's impossible. That stuff will be gone in 2 hours from now. That whole thing. I love it. Oh, there's Warrior Cat. The return of the Warrior Cat. No, not. Yes. Who did we lose?
Mrs. Funk.
Your wife, Mrs. Funk.
Your wife. I mean, that was a little
Your
instigatory. Look, there's Warrior Cat.
Just a smidge.
So cool.
I'm back.
Look back at. Hi, back.
Hi, back.
Get out of here.
Listen, that took an age. I don't know what was happening. It didn't want to let me back in. But
I'm back
I will not be stopped.
Hi,
Mrs.
back
Funk
too.
brought me hi back to, she brought me Mavis's double caramel peppermint crisp. So Kat, what did you think of Mavis's tune? If you're talking, you're muted. Yeah, General Chaos like, who's back to? Anyway, okay, Senior Choice, I'm assuming you've got some questions.
Yes, sir. We get them ready for the ladies every time, so they can continue
Nice.
shining light. But yes, to kickstart us today, we are closing up the series of the Citadel Success Summit, and no better way to close it or wrap it up with our final topic, which is we're here to change lives. And I think that we all are from different angles, from different verticals, but we're all sharing that same mission and vision of impacting and changing as many lives as possible. So yes, it feels odd because this time we are all in the live, but even better because here's where we got most of our community together, and Anx is already streaming on every platform. So for everybody who's tuning in into the live streams, either be it through the Funky account or through the Citadel account or the OSP account, know that you're in for a treat because we're gonna let you know what we're doing to change lives and what it means to us and why it's the ultimate goal in everybody's head and heart and soul in this community, and why you can become part of it as well. So to get us started, I think that the easiest question to ask is like, what does it actually mean to each of you to change lives? Because you've been doing that for a long time. Many of you for years, many of us maybe not for so many years, but it became the goal. So I think that's best always to start breaking out what it actually means to each of you, kind of on a personal level. So today your light can shine the brightest. uh, Order is really up to you. I see all of you like expecting me to say something, but feel free to just pick it up or raise the hand. I can see you all. And let me know who would like to take that one first. Yes, just about what it actually means to you to change lives.
Well, you're gonna have to nominate people, Senior Choice, or I'm gonna beat you with my,
All
my
right.
container
She-
here.
she
No
got
one's
an
putting their
amazing
hand up.
song.
No,
Oh, okay.
okay, but I see Warrior Cat's hand. I see Warrior's cat.
Each of you will have the same
Oh,
question.
yes.
So we'll get there.
It must have been an invisible hand. Okay. I'm here. So the question was, what does it mean to me to change lives? Is that right?
Yes.
So I think the biggest thing for me is where the hopeless can find hope. Where somebody feels so lost before and they have no purpose and they have no will to live. And I think seeing people have hope again is what really for me is what really changes lives. I mean, just having the will to live, getting those dreams again, watching children who have lost their passion in life and have lost that, there's no light in their eyes. And then you start to see that life come back and that hope come back and their smile come back. And they start to dream again and they start to have that hope for the future and they start to see a future where they didn't before. So that for me is what changing lives looks like.
Oh, that was amazing, Kat. But I got a follow-up question, and every other lady can get ready to, because I know that you've witnessed so many lives being changed around you, left and right. But can you perhaps share us one specific story outside of yours that really made you feel like, wow, somebody's life's being changed because of your work or your presence?
Yes, I can tell you about one of the girls that we've been working with for a couple of years now, and I've been on a weekly basis, which just she's been through a really, really, really hard time, a really hard life, and there's been all sorts of things, abuse and family issues and drugs and alcohol and all sorts with the family. And when I first met her, she didn't really have any desire for anything. There was a lot of depression there, and she didn't really have any hope, as I said before. And watching her just over these last couple of years, she's been coming to like discipleship stuff. She's been coming to camps. She's been coming to all of the programs that we do, and church on Sundays, and just watching her change. And I think a couple of weeks ago, she actually said to me, my life has changed so much. I feel like, or everybody has inspired me, but she basically said, like, I want to be like you. I want to do what you do. Like, I want to help people like you help people, because I can see now, how much you've changed lives and how much all of the team have changed so many lives. I want to do the same for others who don't have that. And so watching her go from a place of giving up to actually a place where she now wants to, she has something to live for. She wants to make a difference as well. She wants to kind of be that light to other people, is such a joy to behold. Like, it's just such an amazing testimony for me to watch her, and she's only like 17 years old. And so watching that huge significant change in her has been amazing. So that's one testimony from my side.
I love it, Kat. I can tell just by the excitement of Unc's daughter when she saw you on the stage. She's like, "Hey, is that Auntie Kat?" Like, kids' vibes never lie. Like, she was just so excited to see you. I bet there are so many little girls that are looking up to you. Thanks, Kat, for opening up, for sharing those as stories that always shows that, liked amplifies liked, and that good spreads good, and it turns it into something more powerful every time. But yep, I'm gonna go around, since Mavis has been hyped up with an amazing song, and now Unc's got his wow because he did have his dessert at home. I'll pass it over to you, Mavis. I mean, you got the first line. You indeed are making those miracle spoons. You get to feed these little ones. How about you? What does changing their lives means to you personally, and maybe a story that is not your own story, but the efforts that you made through the NGO, through your life, that had you witness that change on a person or a little one firsthand, and you would like to share with us?
Thank you, Senior Choice. I was thinking about these questions earlier, and because we do so much every day, I was trying to narrow it down, and it was so difficult. But finally, I got an answer, just as Auntie Kat was speaking, and I realized, like Pastor Kat was saying, that seeing the kids hope again and dream again, it has been the most beautiful thing for me. Seeing them lighten up again and have hope in their eyes, and just the willingness to live again and dream again and see the world again and look at things with a different perspective, and the excitement that they didn't have when they got to you. And then a very beautiful but sad as well story just came to mind of the young man that was just buried last weekend. And I realized that personally, we do this, we serve every day. We meet kids almost every day, and sometimes it's like a routine that you do every day. It's not, you don't even think about it, or it doesn't even take time for you to make a decision to help a child. This is our life, and you don't realize how much impact it has on these children's lives. And like Auntie Kat was saying, this child was saying she wants to be her. And we watched this young man come to camps. I think he came for 2 years. And unfortunately, he died the week before last week, Friday. And the testimonies that people were saying, and what the pictures that we found of him, the things that people said at his memorial, you realize we touched his life. We made a difference in his life. He was baptized, and looking at most of his family, they were not. He was a light in this world. He was always smiling, and we had the chance to make an impact in that child's life, even though it was just for 2 years. So you realize how much impact we have on those children, although it seems like it's just something that we're doing every day. And sometimes it feels like we're not doing enough because we're not getting to all of them. But then when you get to a place like when we went to his memorial, we realized we had a great impact on his life. And he was such a light, and we had a beautiful part to play in his life. So yeah, I will keep going on and on for a very long time. So I think I'll just stop there.
No, that was amazing, Mavis. I mean, that's a perfect testimony of the impact that you can have on somebody's life through your efforts and through your work. I'm sorry for the loss, but as you said it, you could feel the family and everybody being grateful for the impact that you ladies and the NGO had in his life. And I think that it's a blessing that not everybody can have. And I love that we get to share these vibes with you on Tuesdays, because we get a feeling of what it's like to witness the light on the eyes of those little ones when they just happy, when they just having their lives change for good, when they are able to have a plate of food in front of them, when they are able to feel embraced, to feel that there are these ladies looking up to them, taking care of them, guiding them, teaching them. It's just something that you girls are privileged to witness. I mean, I got my
Yes.
kids, and I'm already so happy and excited every time that I see them being grateful. Their eyes, they change. You can see light in their eyes. It's like if they had, LEDs or something, but they definitely get shiny when they're happy, and it's something that everybody's got to be so grateful for. So I know the efforts that you ladies go through, but I think that it must be so rewarding as well to just witness how you're changing people all around, left and right. And that was a beautiful testimony. Christy, I'm coming after you next. I think that Anx was bullying, are you worshiping a lot to the kids? What is the role you're taking? What change means to you? And maybe share us one of those stories where you had them looking up to you.
Yeah, no, there's been so many. But I think one of the biggest ones is it's not just one kid, but it's seeing a change in all of them. The more time you spend with them and the more time that you're around them, you start to see their growth in every single way of their life. And I know for me, I work a whole lot with everyone, but I'm with our Breakthrough Academy kids twice a week doing Bible studies and worship with them. And, in the beginning, some were a little bit more timid than others when it came to just talking out loud and sharing their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions. And we had Bible study today, actually. And they all have so much to give. And I've been doing this now. I don't know, Mavis, how long have we had Breakthrough Academy now? A year and a half at this point?
A year and a half, I think. Yeah, it's more than a year.
Yeah, and they're all so ready and willing now to just give their thoughts and their ideas on things. They're so ready to share and to want to do things in our community to help change every aspect. The other week I asked them, actually, I said, what change do you want to see in our community? And I said, come and, sorry, you can take all that stuff off. And I said, what do you want done? What do you want to see happen in this town? And they talked about, hi, I got Kat with me now. They talked about, one, they want to see litter. They want to go clean up the streets of all the trash and the rubbish. And the other one was they talked about security, especially for young girls and women. They said, and the kids, they said, we want to see where kids can go out at night and not fear for their life and not feel like they have to be in by dusk every single day. And to me, it was such a beautiful moment of, they're no longer just thinking about their wants and their needs anymore, but now they're thinking outside of that. They're wanting to see how they can make an impact and a change in the community around them. And for me, that's a beautiful thing to see, because most kids, that's not the first thing they want to do, right? The first thing they want to do is, well, it's all about me and what I need. And now we see, not just in our Breakthrough Academy kids, but the kids that we work with every day, they're starting to go, how do we change the things around us? How do we change people's lives? How do we change our environment? And for me, that's one of the biggest things to have an impact on these kids is stop thinking so much about yourself and think, how can I make an impact in my community? And so for me, the fact that we're doing that and we're starting to see the fruits of that labor is beautiful. Yeah.
That's amazing, Christy. That's the magic that happens when you educate others and when you give them a safe environment. So it's indeed safety, meals, love. They are the perfect ecosystem for, positivity to thrive, to like to grow, and to really bring that change and see that change in other lives. Because then it becomes contagious. And as you said, maybe that was not in their head at the start, but as they saw, the mood, the vibes overall being changed around them, they want to be part of it. And that's why they start looking up to you, because you are like the beacons of light. And then they come with their problems, with their sadness, all of the struggles from home, and they finally feel safe somewhere. And when they feel safe, then all of the creativity, all of the beautiful thoughts start coming to their heads too. And that's when you can see them blooming. It's just beautiful. All right. I
Yeah.
did have a question to follow up with you, Christy, from Rafiki, because we were wondering, are you handling these lessons in English? Is it not a difficulty for the little ones? Is it like their mother tongue over there?
So the main language over here is Sotho or Afrikaans, but everyone speaks English. It's normally their second or third language, though. So sometimes there's some language barriers, but for the most part, it's not difficult. Just with the little ones who maybe aren't in school yet or haven't been in school for long enough to learn some English words. That's the more difficult part, especially with a lot of the kids that we deal with. It's Sotho, and so we actually like Mavis and our team who speak Shona and Sotho and these different languages that, there's no chance that it's probably going to happen for me or Kat. Well, we're learning. Some of our guys are actually teaching us how to say things.
Bad.
You're not bad. I'm bad.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it, Kat.
Okay. They say dumelang, which is hello. Lehokai, which is how are you?
What did we learn last
We
night
just
or
learned
the other
some-
night?
Oh no, don't put me on the spot. I
forget what it was.
And Auntie Kat knows how to say meh, and it was very impressive when we visited at the memorial and she addressed them, and it was very perfect. And everybody looked at her and was like, okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
I've caught on more to the Afrikaans sayings of like shame, and that's hectic.
Well, that's not Afrikaans, but yeah.
But they're like sayings, they've got these
South
sayings,
African sayings.
South African sayings. So I've caught on to those pretty good.
It's when Christy comes and says, like, does anyone want a tomato? And they'll like, do you mean a tomato?
And I'm like, no, a tomato. That's what I mean.
I love that. Thank you so much for taking that question. I think Rafiki's got it clear now, but yeah, efforts everywhere. And you got team members that speak their language too, so that simplifies things. Amanda, I'm coming next after you. And just to add to the question, is like, not just explaining us what change personally means to you and maybe the cases that you would like to highlight of life's been changed left and right because of your presence and because of your efforts, but also like what's that thing that keeps you going? There are so many challenges. We are aware things are very difficult. When the funding is not present, you still need to run with some responsibilities. You're taking over hundreds of kids. The amount of meals that you are delivering per month is insane. If I'm not wrong, it was like up to 8,000 meals a month, and I think that you wanted to scale that up. So it's just like, aside from your experience and what it means to you, is where do you find the fuel, the energy to keep going through when the things get hard?
Definitely. Firstly, we're a team, so there's a whole bunch of us working on the solutions together. It's not just one person, so that helps, because at a stage I did feel quite isolated. I mean, Mavis has been here for quite a few years, but before Mavis came, okay, so and then Kat came, and then Christy came, and as the team grew, what we could accomplish grew. So that's how I get through day to day, is knowing that we're a team tackling this together. It's not just me, it's not just Uncle Funk. We're actually a functioning, healthy, happy team. And then what keeps me going is knowing that we're having generational impact. Our motto is to raise leaders who raise leaders. Everything is about the next generation. And Uncle Funk and I have been fortunate enough to see 3 generations of change already. So let me give you an example. Our first foster daughter, Michelle, who Warrior Cat knows. Everyone knows her now, but they were friendly when they were youth, and we were at a bridal shower, Kat's BFF, her best friend's bridal shower on Saturday, and where she mentioned back in those days I was giving women advice on being a good wife, because as by now that's very important to me. I focus on being the best wife that I can be. And what she was saying there, what Monique was saying there, is that when I used to teach her and the girls about being a good wife, that's all she was striving for. And now she's getting married and that's what she wants to be. I won't go into the detail, but just like that's fruit from 20 years ago that I'm witnessing now. And that's such a privilege. I feel like a great grandmother. I don't just feel like a grandmother. I feel like a great grandmother, knowing that the seeds that were planted there has not gone unwatered. Obviously there's been many influences in her life since then, but she still remembers those influences. And it's a privilege. It's a privilege to know that you've been able to impact someone in such a positive way so many years ago. So yeah, spiritually there's an impact. That's just one of the many stories, that we all have many stories. But yeah, that's one that would stand out to me, because it makes me happy that she feels so empowered.
Awesome, Amanda. Thank you so much for that. You're always opening up and sharing those stories. And my 3 generations changed. Like it doesn't feel like a lot to a lot of people because they don't witness it. But I think that the camps and the NGO is probably like a school, right? Like when you own a school, you see the kids from when they were very little, and then they grow up so fast, and you feel like time's slowing down for you, but you just see them growing one after the other. And like 3 generations is a lot of years invested into changing lives. But I appreciate you opening up. Unks, I'm not pass it to you because I think that you kickstarted the inspiration of dedicating your life to change lives. Then you are one of the founding pillars of the NGO, and it's not just about the NGO, but gaming ecosystem, a metaverse vision. Like what inspired you to start changing lives? I know that we've been on different calls with you and even with your sister, um, where it's just like it was inherent, like it was already in your veins, like it was something so easy for you guys to adopt. But maybe if you have found like the reason what got you guys into being these givers from the start and always thinking about others, not just yourselves, if you could maybe help me answer that question so that people knows like what's the behind, like why did you think that you had to fix the world and not let others do it?
I think so. I love these questions. Before I jump into that one, I'm sorry to people on X, that kind of thing. We're not getting to your comments. Let me just check here. There was we're trying to. There's Jerry on Facebook. Thank you. There's Joey on X. General Kev. There was Jobed Arts. The title of this got my attention. just apologizing to you, Elizabeth Powell. Hey, Elizabeth, wow, we miss you. Sorry, man. We're working on building a social media team that can get back to everyone. We're getting there. We're getting there. But we love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And then the second apology is I'm going to answer as quickly as I can. Amanda, Mrs. Funk has got a appointment at 10 minutes from now. I don't know if you can push it a bit or if that appointment is a stuck one, my love. But I think we just give her a question after this, and then I don't think she can miss that call. But yeah, so what is it? Look, in large part, it's the way we were raised. Both my sisters are highly altruistic, and so today I was watching a YouTube vid on one of my favorite subjects is really about the effects of culture on things like your emotional intelligence, your IQ, your problem-solving ability, stuff like that. And in it, they showed. So one of the terrible things about Africa is it's got the lowest medium IQ on earth. It's so difficult to pull people out of poverty because that lowest medium IQ average, and then trying to convince people in other countries to help, they say no. Well, you can't help people who don't want to get educated and stuff, and then they come up with kind of quasi-racist little things. But they did incredible studies on this, where they had African kids. So it's actually the children of soldiers, German soldiers in World War II, African kids who grew up in Germany, same IQ, same EQ as all the other kids. But in America, the kids who were raised in like African American suburbs and stuff, IQs dropped because there was a particular culture lock. Asian kids, on average, much higher IQ than everybody else, much higher EQ, and they noted that the culture in which you are raised determines not only, it doesn't only determine some of your behavioral patterns, it literally determines your neural pathway development. It's got a physical impact on you, and I kind of realized that the way I was raised, because I come from very poor, we come very poor whites. Like the median IQ where we were raised is dumb, naughty kids that most of them belong in prison. Most of the friends I grew up with, they were little rubbishes. But the median IQ is pretty low. It's like Grahamstown as a small town is pretty small, and then in a small town, the poorest of the poor over there, that's almost a money back guarantee that those people are going to be dumb, because the culture doesn't prioritize learning. It prioritizes entertainment, drinking, over learning. It prioritizes partying. So if you take, let's take Rob. Rob was like a naughty kid. He drank and partied, but his priority was still education. He was raised, Leonard judging him. But so you'll see when you deal with him, his family in general is like brilliant with solving problems, solving computer problems, stuff like that. So there's that culture effect. So the biggest thing to blame for my culture drive is, number one, in my informative years, I was around a mom who was incredibly generous all the time, selfless. She volunteered at the Library for the Blind. She was a nurse, a matron. And then she and my dad saw that their kids were hanging out with not the coolest kids, and then moved us from the town to a city and immediately stuck us into a church where the values were altruism and education. So, you know, the answer is really on a high-end social engineering side of things, where I think my mom kind of, in dealing with a lot of people, realized, okay, the cultural impact of where we are, it's going to affect our IQs, our EQs, our value systems. And so the answer to your question is, we were raised right by parents who didn't mess around with our influence, who had our ear. We weren't just allowed to have any friends. And then, you know, thank God for Christianity, or, you know, that the youth group, not just Christianity, but the specific youth group that I was in. I was shaped into somebody who felt like helping the poor is so important. Justice always said, you never take a pamphlet without a cup of soup. That's not Christianity. He said, you don't preach without feeding people. He said, that's not Christianity. And he says, anybody who tells you different is making an excuse for being lazy.
Love it, Uncle. Yeah, definitely the environment where you grow up, it's going to impact you forever, especially when you're a little one. Like the behavior of your parents, the behavior of your friends, the people you grow up with, it really impacts your life in ways that people are often underestimate. Uh, we have this saying, like, if you walk around honey, you're going to be all sticky. I don't know if you have a similar one of the, but yes, definitely the people you surround yourself with is going to shape who you are. That's why, yeah, like the lesson that I got from my parents as a kid was, surround yourself with the people that you believe is worth it to be in your life. And then I was very picky, and like even before embracing Islam, I was like always a know how to say no guy, because I was the little one in the class. Like I was like 11, they were 13, and at that time that age gap is big. But I could see them making all of the mistakes that I didn't want to make. I was like, they are drinking, they are partying, they are counting girls like if it was treating them like objects. I don't want that in my life. So I learned how to say no at an early age. And I'm so grateful for those lessons that our parents gave us. We're lucky. And the fact that you just don't keep them to yourself, but spread them with others is amazing. Amanda has like 3 minutes before she has to go. But I think that the final question that I would like to ask her is, like, from all of the teamwork that you'll be able to gather, not just in the NGO, but now with the worldwide team ecosystem that we're building. We got Jason in Finland, you've got me over Colombia, we got also Rafik in Africa, you got all of our community bees in London, like Moshi is on Europe as well. There's people coming from all places rallying together after the same mission and vision. How do you see us in a few years from now, Amanda?
I see the NGO or the game, or both.
Both of them. If you can't take them,
Both.
if you have the time for it, will be amazing.
Okay. Well, I see this Operation Safe Place Tower Defense and Only Believe as two, what's that, agile, what's the word, Andrew? Agile?
Concurrency.
That all the agile concurrency projects running alongside each other and becoming this huge financial storehouse to impact the world. And it will start with impacting the world around us, around the NGO, but around all of us in Colombia, in wherever you are, whoever we are. It's going to impact not just our NGO, but you would be able to do good with what needs to take place in Colombia. Leonard will be able to feed the poor in his area. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, I see the games as the financial keys to the future of helping people. That's what I see.
Amanda, thank you so much for your time. I know that you have to hop on that call, but your presence is always, amazing, and we appreciate you with your commitment, and all of you ladies for showing up every Tuesday. We really need to keep that fuel pumping into our cars and engines so that we can keep working. I think that It's passion and it's love what we always witness every Tuesday, and it definitely keeps us going for the whole week and more. So I appreciate you big time, and go get them. I don't know who's gonna be on the call, but go get them. You got this.
Thank you. Thank you. See you next week.
See you
Bye.
next week. Bye
Je
bye.
t'aime beaucoup plus que toi, ma très belle femme.
C'est pas vrai.
C'est vrai.
Oh, oui, oui, bye bye.
Oh boy. How many languages do you speak, Kongs? Like 4?
I don't know, bits and bobs of all sorts of things. I speak English and Afrikaans, and then just enough French to make moves on Mandy.
Wife move.
She's French. A little bit, enough to get people to feed me. You know, you say Indilambile. Well, that's actually closer. Indilambile means I'm
All right.
hungry. Go for it.
That sounds scary, man. Yeah. If I hear that, I'll be shaking. All right. I want to switch the roles a little bit today. So I would like for Mavis and Kat and Christy to prepare some questions to the gaming team, to Leonard, and to the CE Bro Rob, and to Unks. But I'm going to start him with one question, which is, how do you manage to stay grounded when you're carrying the weight of so many dreams and challenges all at once? It's like you're not looking up just to your family or to the NGO team or to Leonard or to me, but it's a huge community that is all like sitting on your back. How do you manage to stay grounded?
Who's that for? Rob.
That's for Unks, and then we can pass it to the rest of the core members.
I think Rob must answer that one first, because he's doing a heavy carry. You know, he's like really, you know, as a CEO, you know, I make the noise and I throw the toys. It's the same with, you know, the rest of the team up here being around me. I'm just continuously like, I don't know. Rob, are you still around? Don't mess with CEO Rob. He fell asleep. Okay, I'll answer that then. Okay, so the question is, you know, the carry overall. Look, back in the days when I was, sorry, before I answer this, so Mavis, Christy, just let us know. You can let us know in the WhatsApp group if you've got a time limit or if you're okay. So I'm enjoying this. So back in the days, the most major battlegrounds that I've been on is number one, we used to do these tours where we would take, and Kat was on those tours when she was a kiddie. And we would take 8-ton sound and lighting. And then in December's do like a 21-day tour of 19 events, like these wholesome gospel events on the main beaches in our country. So sometimes it'd be hundreds, sometimes it'd be thousands. We wanted, you know, the thousands. Sometimes there were tens of thousands, but we would set up that entire show whether 5 people were coming or whether, remember that, Kat, like if 5 people came or if like 100,000 people came, literally 100,000 people came to 2 New Year's Eve's events, and you know 30,000. So you know it's big numbers. So whether we did the same level of production for 5 as we would do for like 100,000, but so that meant like 21 days traveling. From, you know, one coast to the other coast. So the logistics involved are insane. You know, we would have, you know, between 40 and I think the most was about 100 or so, Kat. Like that was like a full bus that kept breaking down, and you know, so the like I could handle and really enjoy those tours. Like with all the kids, you know, imagine taking care of like 100 kids on a tour, 8 tons of sound and lighting, or making sure that all of them are trained, that sound goes up. the lighting goes up, even laser shows, everything, that big free events, on beaches and stuff. So imagine doing that when you're 26 years old. I was 26, 27 years old. And handling the intense financial pressure of it, being let down financially from one end to the other. Then from there at about, I think I was 34, yes, 33, 34 years old, going into independent cinema and then taking responsibility for full-on large-scale independent, often 1,000 cast, crew, extras, everything there for a shoot. And that's like, there's a lot of people, right? The logistics, there's in both things, doing events, doing those things, the logistics is insane. It's insanity. But I love it. I don't like the financial pressure. The financial pressure of those tours as a young man, the financial pressure of independent cinema, especially I got rugged halfway through that one. No, I don't shout lights, camera, action. That's the assistant director's job. I just go, hurry up, man. Roll it. I just sit there and stare at the screen and get angry at everybody. I flourish in this environment. Hey, it's Maggie. So like I flourish. I love it. I love the battlefield. I really come alive. Like I told someone today, a visionary's job is to be kind of like a commander in chief, except I'm more of a cooperative leader, and you're surrounded by admirals. And those people, all in and of themselves, are spectacular at handling massive responsibilities. Like, we look so relaxed sitting on the stage here, but Mavis, Christy, and Kat, and then, you don't see Jacques, the background somewhere. You don't see a lot of the moving parts in our ecosystem. Leonard handles the team. Rob has got like earth-shattering responsibilities. Leonard, see if you can phone him or something to get him to come and say a couple of words, because I really want him to answer this question as well. Okay, Rob's back. I'll ask you the question now, Rob.
Sorry, I was just busy with the Robies.
Oh, nice. So the answer to the question is the immensity of the pressure of pulling an entire army forward, and I love it. Rafiki says that I'm addicted to pressure. I don't think that's true. I don't think it's the pressure that I like. I think what I'm addicted to is effect. Like, it's so cool to see the effect of people coming together synergistically in that agile concurrency strategy where people are all in race lanes next to each other, becoming their higher selves. Like, watching B come alive, from someone who's chatty and we'll have on stage again, but to someone who's actually leading the atmosphere, in a community, seeing your choice kind of coming more and more into his own. I got a feeling that when you have an actual department budgets in your choice, you're going to build the most immense community shepherding team in all of Web3. I think people's minds are going to be blown at the absolute direct person-to-person quality of your team. So I don't feel this isn't heavy for me. The financial part, it's like murdering me, and I'm just it's always been like that. One day we're going to have a proper budget to do all those things, so in our ecosystem here, we are going to make full-on TV series, full-on movies about this about the story for OSP, and obviously Only Believe, and we're going to do all of that because we've got all the experience to do it concurrently. but the reason for it is because it's not our first tango. It's not the first big project that we've done, and this is honestly the most fun I've ever had. So, Rob, just a refresher on the question is like the immensity of what you have to handle. You know, the concurrency, the all of the moving parts, the financial pressure. You know, like how and why do you handle it? How do you handle it? Why do you handle it?
How do I handle it? I mean, like I'm extremely good at kind of compartmentalizing without emotion, if that makes any sense. So it's when I'm doing something, that's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not worrying about anything else. So if I've got a project or something that I have to focus on, there's nothing else but that till it's done, you know. And Kirsty, if you said something, you're muted. And then it's also the ability to kind of confront or look at what's the worst that can happen, because a lot of people get kind of shaken up on a situation. They don't want to upset people. They don't want to do the wrong thing, where my mindset is like, you know, what's the worst that can happen? It's not going to kill me. I'm not going to explode. So I'm just going to lock in, get it done, and then move on to the next thing.
Rob always reminded me of Ghani right in the game. Short answers to the point, you know. If you want to fight, you go fight. You don't talk with me. Don't waste your time here.
Yeah, that's why I put that lyric in his song. It doesn't say much, but when he does,
yeah, but it's like, you know, like if you look at like a in and out system, it's if you get a cycle that comes into you, and then often people kind of pile them up. I'll do it later, or I'll get to it later, and then half an hour later or 2 hours later, they've got this giant pile of cycles where if you just take the first one, you just bang it out, get to the next one, bang it out, you know.
Efficient. Yes, sir.
Efficient. And, you know, like I have like Leonard can tell you, I've got an emotional switch that I can turn on and off when required, you know.
It worked properly, Leonard?
Yep. Yep.
You know, so if the situation also requires, like, again, people's feelings or other things, yes, you've got to still handle it delicately, but you don't have to get involved in the emotion of that situation, if that makes sense. You take like a external view of it. So yes, it's a horrible situation. I think actually, Warrior Cat, you were talking about that when you first got into the help game, is where, you know, you were getting upset because you couldn't help everyone, because and it's the same kind of thing as saying, okay, cool, I can do this, I can help that person, I can finish the cycle, and then you move on to the next.
Awesome. Rob, you haven't shared much of like Onks has told us lots about all of the things that you've done to change other lives, but what got you into the changing lives for others? You know, you place people into jobs. We're well aware of it, but how did that start? Like, you don't come from the same family as Onks, yet you have that passion of changing lives around you, and also kind of feel the frustration when you kind of push harder than you would like to. I know that the financial struggle is heavy, but what turned on that switch of Rob wants to change lives?
State of the planet, man, choice, you know. Even from when I was tiny, just you observe the levels of poverty versus, you know, the Elon Musks of the world. And I mean, in my view, that's just it's a retarded concept, because if the economy worked properly and, you know, people had the tools to get themselves out of situations, and that's where I come in, is looking at the skills, those tools. How do I give people the ability to dig themselves out of the mud, you know. So it was,
Incredible,
yeah,
man.
just basic, you know, observation whenever I was conscious as a kid. And I was like, nah, this place, nah, it's not right, you know.
Yeah, I think that it's just like what Anx was mentioning earlier. It's so many distractions that they place upon us. It's the drinking, the partying, the soccer matches or the football matches, however you call them. It's like the Coliseum of the future, and they just keep everybody so distracted that they forget what's happening. Or it's not that they forget; it's like they normalize it to a point where they are like able to leave without willing to take action or doing something to actually change what's wrong around them. And it's not that they don't know that things are wrong. It's just like it's been just so normalized, and it's few that actually take action to uh, change things and turn them around and change lives around them. So, yeah, man, yeah, it was a could sound like a simple or easy answer. It's the state of the world, but yeah, it's actually a fact.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, if you look at kind of, you go through school, I mean, teachers are terrible with, people are dumb or, learning disabilities and then my view on that is the exact opposite. It's not, no one's dumb. No one has a learning yes, people have certain mechanical learning disabilities, but if you trace it back, there's something missing, some piece of education. There's a step that they skip. It's like with maths or any subject, is if you find, okay, they missed these gaps, you fix those gaps, and then they're all good,
100%. I do have a follow-up question for you, Rob, because
Mhm.
you always give us the vibes of the guy that knows his math and he very well educated. But how do you measure the impact of the change that you're bringing to lives around you when it's not about numbers but hearts and people that you're pushing forward?
It's, I mean, based on the amounts of people that need support, I mean, that's a bit hard. It's like, as long as I am, whatever I'm involved in, training wise or project wise, or with the Citadel and Operation Safe Places, anything I put energy into must be a kind of route for other people to benefit. So for me, it's not like you're trying to, place 50,000 people into jobs or trying to train 100,000 people. It's like whatever energy I put into something, the structure that we leave there must empower others or give others the ability to empower themselves.
Awesome sauce there. Leonard, you still around with us? I would like to pass a question over to you. So you dull yourself for a higher reason.
Sorry, I was just dying there from a cough, yeah?
No worries, man. But yeah, like the role of our gaming ecosystem, what we're building here, and the community play, transforming lives globally. Like, how do you see that through your own lenses? How do you see this change happening? Like, you have been one of the best ones at breaking down how we're gonna pick someone from poverty to taking them to middle class or being able to look after his family. Like, what does this change means to you? Today's graduation day, and we got all of the masters here, so let's take advantage.
Personally, for me, I'm sure as everybody knows, because Rob is old. I'll get flack for that. I'm by far the youngest on the team, so I haven't really been involved in projects as substantial as what Uncle and Rob have been involved in, but hearing the things they've said, hearing the stories they have to tell, hearing the wonderful things that they've been able to achieve and how they've been able to help people, it's really lit a fire in me. I'd say maybe always in my life I've had a desire to help people, but I never really had a platform or the ability to really see that come to fruition. And truly with the Citadel and getting involved in the team and everything, it's really become a passion project for me, just beyond all the other things I mentioned the other night. The reason it's become a passion project is just purely for the sake of, I know with what we're building, with what we're doing, we are really going to be able to change lives. And I think it was Jack actually that used the term to say that this looks and sounds like the beginning of the end of poverty. And that line, since he said it, has stuck with me and resonated with me so deeply. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people here have already heard me talk about courage and the ecosystem and the economy and all that type of stuff, but truly the ecosystem and the community that we are building, it really is going to be that opportunity, and we are funneling as much as we possibly can into that and focusing as much as we possibly can on that to provide that system where we can really help people, help individuals wherever you are in the world, whoever you are, in whatever situation you might find yourself, to really change your life, take care of your family, change the circumstances around you. And that, like I just mentioned, is why this has become such a beautiful passion project for me, and why I am so driven and stay so involved. And Rob, he'll attest to this. On the daily, I'll ask him like, okay, what else? What else? What more? What else? What else? To the point where he wants to swat me away like a little fly. Just because of how beautiful I see this entire project is going to become. I mean, it already is, but just how it's going to grow and develop and really, really help people, take care of people, provide for people, and provide that opportunity for people. So yeah, just out of my own personal lens is that ability for me to be able to be part of something far larger than myself. And be part of a vessel that is going to genuinely better the lives of everybody involved and is built from such a wholesome, fundamentally wholesome and good place. I mean, you all know Ankh at this point and his visions, his values, his goals, and those are the bricks that the Citadel is built from. And that is the bricks that we'll use to continue building the Citadel in whatever shape or form we might take it forward. It will always have those core values, those core principles, those core fundamental aspects of for community, for each other, and to provide as much opportunity as we can to help people in whatever situations they might find themselves in.
Awesome, Leonard. Appreciate that big time. Alrighty, I think that Mavis and Christy maybe have some questions for our gaming and metaverse and futuristic vision team here. Your ladies are coming from the NGO side, but you know that we're pushing from the digital world with digital assets that are cool and towers that go pew pew and fun stuff. Maybe any questions about the way that these guys are doing things and why they are so passionate about it? I'm gonna go with Mavis first because if I don't pick one, Uncle is gonna get grumpy with me.
I think Pastor Crystal will have a question.
All right, Christy, the ball's on you.
That was low, Mavis. That was so low. Okay, so here's a basic one. What's the hardest part of your guys' job with building the game? Like, what's the most difficult aspect of it?
Dealing with Rob.
Not all at the same time. You see the difference between the guys and the ladies? Not all at the same time, please.
Wow. I'd say from my side, at least, what I've seen, and I think Uncle will probably agree with me, it is finding on purely talking just about game design and game development side and development side, I'd say it is finding developers to be part of your team that have the same drive and goals, or not maybe goals, but same drive and alignment as you do. because we've had some interesting developers over our time here. And I'd say, yeah, it's probably finding a team of developers that really is aligned to your work ethic, to your passion, to your energy. I'm sure Anke has mentioned this a lot of times. I've heard him say it a lot of times. It is really important that you find individuals to work with that is on your same energy level, because it is next to impossible to, if you are high energy and highly driven, it is very, very hard, next to impossible to work with somebody who is low energy or who has low drive. Because they're just not going to be able to keep up with you, and then it's just going to cause frustration on both ends. And I wish we had him here during the summit, but the man's quite busy. Our sole developer at the moment, his name is Caveman. He is purely, almost solely responsible for us actually having the game that we do at the moment. He has put in so much work, so much effort. I mean, you guys have seen us sit in the Discord with that man it's maybe about a month or so ago when we were really, really pushing it through hard. You've seen us sit with that guy in the Discord from the moment you guys go to sleep throughout the whole day. You wake up and we're still sitting there working with the man. And Caveman has truly been such a asset and such a fundamental asset for us here. And yeah, man's put in work.
Just a safety caveat. He's not the only dev. He's the only consistent one.
Yeah,
we bring in a lot of devs
Yeah.
all the time. Many devs. We're not taking $100,000 and buying Bugattis and going on holidays and spending,
He was referring to the only one inside the cave.
consistent.
No,
He's
so, we've had quite a lot of devs.
I'll beat you, Leonard. You're making us look like scammers.
What?
Not just one dev. There's a whole team building the mobile. And
okay. Well, no, I'm talking more about
we had
the PC
chaos.
version
We had
at the
like
moment,
at one point. There's like, where's Albert? Hang on. Let me push this button here.
Hi, this is Albert, reminding you that Uncle Funk is a scammer.
There you go. Are you happy now?
Very much.
Please continue.
What was I even saying now?
That's so funny. It's like, did I mess up? No, you didn't. You were honoring Caveman, and then
yes.
and then I was making sure that people understood it when it's not just one dev. There's many.
Yeah, no,
Give
we've
some
had
of the other devs some shine here as well.
We've had quite a few devs over the time.
Especially the guy who optimized everything for us. that you love so much. That guy broke everything.
We've had this is why I just want to keep it to my beautiful baby Caveman, man. That guy.
On the
but
logic
anyway.
side of things, yeah, amazing, absolutely.
Yeah,
amazing.
like for consistency side of things, Caveman has been truly the trooper that we've had here. We have an entirely different team on the mobile, as Anke mentioned. But regardless, I'd say just to not ramble too much longer, Mr. Choice, it's to find a team of developers who are on your level of energy. I'd say that's the most difficult part, but the most difficult thing.
Appreciate you, Leonard. We sent like 2 wows for you during that speech. No, we love you, man. Thank you so much. I saw that Rob and Jason, welcome, Jason, wanted to tackle this question too. So I think the more answers we get to the ladies, the better. So not everyone at the same time. Who's gonna take this first?
Yeah, I agree, Jason. Should. He hasn't said much.
So the question is on what's the most difficult part about what we're developing. That's where we're at. Okay. Never losing momentum. So when but when we're between sprints or on a heavy sprint, like Leonard really covered like most of the issue there is when you are in the process of building, and in our case, what we want to establish essentially as a studio, with production constantly happening on multiple areas, which we, with the resources that we have, managed to keep going, without fail. That's the most complicated thing there is just the consistency of delivering, the consistency of showing up and making sure that everyone around you, because there's a lot of moving parts, is communicating. Like communication across devs is always a fun part of development, more so when the entire team is operating remotely. So communication flow is crucial. This is something that Andrew, Leonard, Rob, I'm not so involved on the development side. I would almost say thankfully at this stage with everything else. They do an exceptional job at ensuring that all developers, every aspect that depends on multiple people coordinating for it to work properly, they are excellent at ensuring that communication flow happens properly. I've seen studio at scale. I've been a part of building one, and if you don't have a system in place from early on, even if it's something that is haphazard, if you're utilizing Discord and it functions well, stick to Discord, build up a system through that. When we scaled to, I think it was like 160 people in my previous studio, that caused issues because from day one, we didn't have people like Andrew and Rob and Leonard with their levels of energy and drive to keep the teams communicating. So I would say one of the most difficult parts is ensuring good communication.
That was the mic drop. Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate you for hopping by. Mushi and the rest of the community have been demanding you more often. I know you were having internet issues, but thanks for hopping by. Today's graduation day. So yes, I think that I'm running out of questions, Unks. We're also like 2 hours and a half into the show, but yeah, happy to hear some of your takes, and maybe if you have more questions for the team, it's lovely to have you around and sticking around for so long. We appreciate you, Christy, as well, for all of the commitment every Tuesday and for bringing amazing vibes and smiles. So if you got more questions for these guys over here, do not hesitate. And yeah, Uncle, I think that I'm cooked with my questions. If you have some more, and maybe the final one would be like, how can we be louder about letting the whole world that we are here to change lives?
How can we what? Sorry?
Be louder. Yeah.
Louder. Okay. Look, for the first 1,000 days of building something. So we've done our core group 1,000 days. So your core group keeps growing, but your first 1,000 days is very difficult. So we've gone past our first 1,000 days. You are trying to, via importation, and let's see in the comments if everybody remembers what the definition of importation is. So via importation, you're working hard to produce people who speak. That's my job. So as a visionary, I've got to make the vision plain. I've got to speak in a way that is easy for other people to repeat. So so impartation is influence by proximity. So the first thing is to try and create just hot air. What's going on in the chat?
They were mistaken the word with infartation.
Yeah, infartation. Yeah, no, it becomes a burp. Yeah, I mean, there's just um, insanity there. Yeah, influenced by proximity. So your first 1,000 days, you're just focusing on trying to duplicate the heart of your vision, and that's why, you know, my job, visionary. And now we enter the next 1,000 days where it's the ethic, and that's really where, you know, Rob's way of working. That's what we work to impart. It's a particular work ethic and loyalty. You know, Jason can tell you, he's experienced it firsthand. We don't tolerate disloyalty. Like, you know, some people were very nasty to him in a different organization. Rob and I just walked out. We didn't, you know, we don't, it's our culture. And that's the kind of culture that we have here. You know, like, I know that if someone comes at me, Jason is not going to sit on the fence. And that's the next 1,000 days for us. It's to go louder, you have to have obsession. You know, like, there's nothing more disgusting to me than a fence sitter. I just can't do it. You know, if someone says something terrible about Senior Choice, I'm not quiet. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, you know, he's a good guy. I'm not going to say, I'm going to say, what the hell are you saying? That's my immediate response. And that's the next importation. It's, you know, my little saying when I work with people, and this is a very important, it's a very good question if we're going to go louder. My little saying is, you're not angry enough because you're not brave enough. You know, you got to work on your bravery, because you still think that saying nothing is kind, that doing nothing is kind. But conduct permitted is conduct endorsed. And to go louder, and that's really what the next phase of this is the ability to stand up for what you believe in, so that you can increase what you believe in. And what we believe in here is, we came here to change lives. We believe that this game and, you know, Citadel and the games we build on the Citadel, the team that we have, we are going to change people's lives. We're going to change their lives, not only financially, which is a big thing for us, but we're gonna heal them from the disappointments and the betrayals and the brokennesses. We're going to fix that utter disillusion that people have with communities. We're going to show them that every relationship before this was just dysfunctional. You didn't get betrayed. The relationship itself was dysfunctional. So when you come into this ecosystem, this is a proper, healthy, functioning ecosystem with good work ethic, good moral ethic, and so, you know, to go louder, you know, you can't turn up the volume on no music. We need to resonate at the same frequency. We need to sing the same song. Rafiki says some people find healing very difficult. Absolutely. We got to replace their entire framework, their entire reference system, like 100%. We are, you know, like when you go into Islam, you have to kind of become born again. You become a Christian, you got to become born again. And in our ecosystem in Web3, you have to become born again. You know, you've got to renew your faith, become someone else when you're working with us. I saw, you know, there was some big influencer. I didn't even realize he read my stuff. I saw, what, this guy's following it. He was going on about cults. Oh, man, I tell you, because we joke about the cult of awesomeness. And he was going on about it. And he was like, you know, that like passive aggressive, you know, he's quoting you, but he's not saying your name, because we keep talking about this. And I'm like, I've actually got a meme that I've made that says my face when people do entire sermons about a meme I made. You know, now I see they do it in Web3 as well. So we are leading people to become like kind of born again in or their Web3 mentality, and to go louder means to amplify a message. And until everybody really has that message, until they're speaking, you know, this vision, until everybody is the visionary, Because, you know, the founder funnel, it was me, but now it's us. The visionary, it was me, and now it's us, because we're speaking the same vision. Like, oh, it's incredible. Like, you know, when Buddykins does those big posts, I don't know who my favorite Batman is, but my favorite Batman is my favorite Batman. And all of that was actually grammatically correct that I just said there. So that my favorite Batman dude, the way, whether it's a guy, a girl, a horse, or a helicopter, that person really nails it. I don't know if it's someone here's like pseudo other account, but they're really cooking, whoever that is. In that they get it, they get the vision, you know, and that is, it's amplification. It's how all of you are getting the vision, and then getting to a place where you're not sitting on a fence. You know, you believe, you understand what it is we're building, and you've made it part of who you are. And then every time you type something, it's like you are typing your belief system to such a point that you don't mind defending it. You kind of hope people are going to fight with you, because you're like, come at me, bro. I have found, this is my hill. Everybody needs a hill. Like, I've got 3 hills: my person, my place, and my people. You know, my person is God. My place is you. My people is you. and those are the hills that I die on. I don't care about who's doing what in other projects, who's on other stages, who's on other, you know, I'll do stuff with them, that kind of thing. But this is it. This, for me, you are the rest of my life. And if eternity allows it, you're my eternity too. It's that I believe in you. I believe in this community. I believe in this project. I'm honored to have people next to me, you know, like Rob, Jason, Leonard, Joey, you know, Senior Choice, like, you know, all of you at the sprint level, you know, like at the ministry level there, you know, having the Christies and the Cats and the Mavis and the Jacques, and the political side of things with Jeremiah and Hanku and Henry and those guys. You know, you don't have to ask these people to work. They flipping sprint. They amplify. And the more that we speak proudly, the more we become believers in what we're building, the louder it will become, because people follow faith. They follow passion. Passion is contagious. People come to watch the fire burn, you know. Anyway, that was my sermon. And I don't know, Christy, you look like you can follow that on with a power bunch of nuggets there.
It was so good, though. I forgot what the question was.
It was all about being louder, about our ecosystem, bringing more voices together.
Yeah, I think you have to. Like, you know, Uncle Funky talked about finding a hill. What are you willing to die for at the end of the day? And I think everyone has it. Maybe you don't know it yet, but there is something that you're willing to take a stand for, and you're willing to lay down your life for. And we all have to find what that is. And you have to, I mean, I wrote in the comments, and just like Uncle Funk said, you know, doing nothing and saying nothing, that's not kindness. You're actually not helping anybody by keeping quiet. If you want change, you have to actually be a voice for it. You have to be willing to do something about it. I mean, you know, it's one of the reasons why I came all the way here to Little Pare, South Africa. Because I was called here. And I get asked this question all the time when I go back to the States to visit and to preach and everything over there is, well, why can't you do what you're doing in Africa here? And I'm like, well, I can, but there's a reason why I'm in Africa right now. It's because my voice is going to be heard there louder than it is in the States at the moment. And you've got to know where you're supposed to be. Where's your assignment? And, you know, for you guys doing the developing of this game, this is your assignment at the moment. And when you know where your assignment is and you know you're there, do it well, do it with everything that you have, and be loud about it. Be proud with what you're doing. and don't stop. I think that was going to be one of my questions actually for the guys is why haven't you quit yet? And maybe let me put that in a different way, but why do you keep going? Because this isn't easy. This is difficult. And I think people need to understand that in every aspect of our lives, there's a reason why we keep pushing forward. There's a reason why we keep doing it. And it's greater than just money. It's greater than just, oh, I see a vision, but there is something inside of each and every single one of us that makes us continue on the path that we're on. And I'm just kind of curious from some of these guys, why you keep going. And I think people need to understand the why behind this. And I know you've shared it before, probably. I maybe have just missed it for some reason, but I'm curious to know why you keep doing what you're doing, because, you know, I get a chance to talk to Uncle Funk, you know, at times, and I hear the problems, and I hear, oh man, this is what's happening right now. This is what's happening here. And I'm like, these guys, they just keep going. Like your developers, everyone around, you guys just keep going, and it's impressive to see, and it's inspiring to see. But I think people maybe need to hear from you guys why you keep going, because when we know the why behind it, more people get behind what you're doing, because they want to be a part of what's going on here. And obviously, you know, there is a huge why. Because you guys do have a huge following, but I'd just be interested to know maybe a little bit deeper of the why from y'all.
I'm happy to capture that one first. I think that it's a no-brainer, you know, being part of something that is bigger than we all. Being part of something that is bringing real life impact, is something that is actually changing lives, is something that is not keeping you as someone selfish that cares about him, herself, but allows you to become part of something that's more powerful, right? It's connecting with people that can amplify you in so many ways, with people that can uplift you and embrace you. It's finding that home. That's why we say that all the roads lead to the Citadel. Citadel is home because you feel people that's looking after you, so you're not alone. And when you're not alone, you become empowered, and you delete the word failure from your vocabulary. Like, we never surrender. We know no stopping. Like, could be hard, good times. As long as we can push from every end we can push, we will figure out ways to keep pushing. It gets difficult. There's pressure coming from all places. But I think that the one thing that maybe we have in common is that the word failure has been taken out of our vocabulary, because we know that the end goal is greater than we all are, and therefore we fight the fight every day without surrendering. I think that also it's into the nature of men to provide, and I think that that's what we all desperately want to do here in every different level, right? Not just to provide for ourselves or our families, but to communities around us, is to impact lives. And for me, it's what connects the dots to us being here to change lives. It's the ultimate goal.
Let's go, Jason. Let's hear your why. I mean, you've been bulldozing through nightmare after nightmare.
I just love what this space can do.
Sorry, Jason. I just want listeners, he's not bathing or in the toilet. That's raining outside.
Yeah, I'm running to get inside. It wasn't raining before. I've seen what this space can do to anybody from any walk of life, and having experienced it at a pretty crazy scale the first time round, when I set out to build what is ultimately now merged into something far bigger than I could have ever anticipated, there is no quit. There is no giving up. Like, this is everything. This is everything for me. It has been everything for me for the past 3.5 years. And the passion that this team has to change lives, it means everything. And no matter how hard things get, you are always one turn, one corner away from success.
That was awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. And it's true. Something we say here is we're one breakthrough away, like just one breakthrough away from getting everything that we could possibly need to do what we do here. And that's the same for us. We keep pushing just because it's something that we can't shake. You know, we know that we are called for a reason, and we're called here for a reason and a purpose, for a people, place, and we will not stop until we see the change done. Not just in this town, but in our region, in this country, and the world. That's our goal, is to reach everybody. So, you know, we have no quit in us either here.
Very, very, very good. Any final thoughts, Mavis, before we pass on, you know, from this mortal coil? Final thoughts is such a funny... It's like before we die.
I just thought I was just reading Dream 6 again today, and funny enough, the mention of how the vision is going to spread across. It's going to obviously start South Africa, then Africa, town to town, across the whole entire world as a wildfire, like a wildfire. I mean, yeah. And this is the team that this is just the beginning.
We're gonna change the world.
You know what we haven't had, Unks, just yet? We haven't have Miobi's narration of a docu-race.
Yes, that is the truth.
Wait, you know the language that she can speak to the kids that Christy cannot understand fully yet? What language is it called again? It's even so hard for me to pronounce.
Sutu and Afrikaans.
And Shona.
And Shona.
She speaks many languages. Mavis
does.
She rocks. Mavis, do you think
It's
that
a
you can honor us today with a docu-race narration?
Sorry, with?
With the docu-race narration. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but we have like 100 duckies from the top 100 community, the most active members of the Cult of Awesomeness. And I was just filled with amazing tower NFTs thanks to Papa Bear, who's awesome and rocks and needs a song too. But yep, I got them tower NFTs that are playable in our awesome game that our communities and you ladies can win as well. Your names are included in the list, but yep, it would be just like a commentary thingy on one of your native languages, so that we can enjoy your accent in a different language as well.
All right. I've never done this before.
Oh, don't worry. We all had our first time here. So we got you.
So is it like I'm saying the names, or what as the race is going?
What kind of sports do you like, and when you watch them on TV, how does the commentary go? Like here goes the first one. Here's the this one is taking over the place. Like there's like a commentary of what's happening on the screen. We got on the spot.
Which language do you want me to speak in?
Oh, the one that you feel most comfortable with, but if it's one of the odd ones, it's always fun because we're always so used to English that whenever we listen to a different language, it's just amazing. Even if it's not a language, even if it's just a dialect, it would be amazing.
Listen, English is my most comfortable language, but okay, let's see what will come out.
Alrighty. Pew, 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 pew.
I think you muted those. There you go. Go for it.
Oh, I didn't. Rinalidi. Daki sitengata monana. Etileng pili kena engotswing bags. Ebe honali shiken. Marcelo kona na watla liena. Silantex. Kona na watla ongotsi 80 huyena. Ke tsenana ho tla Uncle Funk ko o kgutletse morao o setse Web3 Culture 1 ko nana o sa tlile hape mara nkare wa sala ho tlile o mong a mogobedu Top B wow Kyo a leng pele ke na wa pele nkare o tshwere position eo ka pele mara Gunther ke onana wa tla ka morao wa hae a khotlela morao Bags o ntse a le plekeng A1 Rafiki ke ona wa tla le yena hona le a tshwereng tai ho yena Success Switch 75 mara ko wa sala hape Top Boy wa tla hape a mogobedu nkare o kwatile B ke onana ke thabetse ho bona B ke onana wa tla Top le yena o ntse a tswela pele Quad off wa tla le yena nkare o sa tshwere position ya pele B o ntse a mo tshwere le yena nkare o tlo ba yena wa pele mo mara ha ke bone lebitso la ka monana ke utlwisise ho etsalang ko Giorgio wa tla bona o tinneng nkare ra fitla jwale final Naruego winner
That was amazing, Mavis, you see? Didn't feel like the first time.
All right, thank you for putting me on the spot, Sir Choice.
You know what we gotta do next? We gotta come after Christy because I got
Ladu!
What do you think, Christy? You would be up for it?
I guess so. I don't feel like there's a way out of it.
All right, all right. If you want to pick a funny accent from the States that you can clone, that would be fun too. But yeah, let's get it.
I don't know if I've got that in me right now, but
Okay, so we ready? Pew, 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 pew.
ready. Okay, we got Uncle Funk coming out in the lead. Sheka is there almost super close. Buddykins is coming in. There's Christy. Uncle Funk has still got the lead. My screen has stopped. Ralphie coming in. Skull Crusher, though, is close behind. There's Joey and Blitz 452. Lumpy Land, though, I think Lumpy Land could have it in the bag. Ralphie's still in the lead. Mavis is coming up strong. Come on, Mavis. There's Mavis, you're slowing down. Runa, here she comes. Is Runa Batman? That's amazing. The Armenian X is coming in strong. There they are at the lead. Gunther is coming in. FQ coming up. The Armenian, though, is staying strong. Midnight Cats lady, she's coming in. She's going to overtake the Armenian. Come on. Who's behind the Armenian? Twisted something. Saba is coming in strong. The Armenian is falling back. Malek coming in. D-Man 05 is close. Soul's always on. We've got 20 seconds left. Let's see who's coming up. Crypto was close. My screen froze again. Sorry. Top Boy. Here comes Dirk. Coming in strong at the very end. Is he going to make it? Who's coming? Hanzo with the win.
Thank you so much, Christy.
You're welcome.
And so he's online. He probably doesn't know what's going on here, but I'm tagging him on the Discord server. Alrighty. Appreciate you, Christy. That was amazing. Thank you, girls, for pulling out. We're not gonna hold you any longer. Feel free to
Yeah,
say-
there's the Jerry Foundation just joined the chat.
Oh, look who we got here. Welcome, Jerry.
We must get Jerry up on stage at some point. Come hang out
We
with
do.
us. But, What are we doing? Another race, or was that it?
We got one more, and Mavis, don't worry if you didn't win this one. I forgot to send you the screenshot, but you won a Lucille. A Lucille is like, it's gonna give you more courage. It's gonna give you so many perks in the game that you wanna hold for dear life. You don't wanna sell that thing ever. And that was one of my personal. So you won it, and I'm sending it to you. I already got your wallet, so expect that soon. But yeah, Unks, we got one more. You want to take over, or should we have?
Yeah,
maybe...
I've got my song ready and everything.
Okay, that's the way. So since Unks
ready.
is already, pew 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 pew.
Yes, of course. It's time once again for the ducky race, and Sheka and Stratashi X have taken the lead. There is, of course, a little bit of competition there as Choco of Web 3, wearing a cute little maze outfit, starts to catch up. But here comes Jumpyland. Mr. Gonsalves is pulling up from the back over there near the bottom. Christy, red with embarrassment at the fact that she just got passed by Sheka and Stratashi. But there are some surprises happening in the back there. Runa, Skull Crusher, here comes Lax. Lax is spreading up from the back, making some massive progress. You cannot trust these races because there is a lot of cheating, and I do believe a little bit of juicing going on, as they say. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a big moment in the last 1 minute stretch, as Warrior Cat starts to pull up from the back and head forward. Stratashi holding the lead, but Warrior Cat is about to... No, Warrior Cat ran out of steam. It was a sprint. The race is not unto the swift, sister. Coming up from the back is some name disappearing behind the back. Whoever that is. Christy is still maintaining that lead. Lumpy Land, Michelle Lord, and Silantax, and Runa holding the lead over there. But in these last 35 seconds, things are starting to happen as Sheshi starts to move forward and pull into a convincing lead. Waji Sheka, Twisted Tinker starting to pull forward, probably trying to get himself another exotic, or rather ultra exotic. Now, 18 seconds to go, and the race is going to heat up in this last stretch. We got John and Jason, Colin, General Kev starting to pull up from the back there. I think General Kev stands a good chance to take this thing, but there are other things happening. Safe Moon JP over there, and Real Crypt. What is this? Papa Bear starting to pull up in the lead, going past everybody, but I think Sammy Fine's going to take it. Sammy Fine Chicken has taken the lead. Congratulations, Sammy Fried Chicken.
Did I hear conflatulations?
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Jeez, that was a freaking long race, bro. I was like, did he make this thing 10 minutes?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Today's been amazing.
Who came up with this idea?
The ducky races, maybe they are a hit in the IRL events too, especially because you get everybody shouting, screaming, and pushing their duckies to go forward.
Hang on, Senior Choice. There's some woman.
Hey guys, so I'm like so attracted to the Funk Show right now. Like it's totally
Stalker.
everything I ever wanted. Uncle Funk's beard is just like
Yes,
manly and stuff. And every time he makes those flirty noises with his mouth, like, dude, I can't even.
You're such a dad.
I am such a dad. No. Very, very good job, Senior Choice. Very good job, Christy. Meowvis. I say goodbye to all the people on the X. I don't know. I wasn't under the beginning of something greater than ever. Awesome energy from the team tonight's game. So much more in the game. The impact's going to be groundbreaking, literally life-changing. So many people. So cool. Time to get off the fence, says Tony V on Facebook over there. Everyone is unique, has value to bring to the table. Broden says Rob knows about cheese. What? was
that is true.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. So just ending the stream to the public, and then we can play some music here on the stage at the Funk Show. So everybody on X and all the different platforms, man, like the licenses and stuff over there. If we play a song, then it just mutes everything. You'll just see our lips moving. So we're just gonna say goodbye. If you want to hang out with us and party after all the shows and stuff, we stay a little bit on Arena Social. Sometimes I pretend I'm gonna stay and then I just rug everybody. But goodbye to everybody on X and Facebook and Twitch, etc., etc.